take your body and turn it into little pieces. I'll hide the evidence and act like everything's fine. I'll take your body and turn it into little pieces. I'll hide the evidence and act like everything's fine. I can make it! Get up now! I can make it! I'm okay!
Hello YouTube and welcome back to Shark Month. We are coming to kind of an end here, but we still have shark movies to go. So today I will be looking at the 3D film, you could say, Shark Night. Anyway, this film, like, right off the bat, as soon as this film starts, and it's like just as the first 20 minutes, you will see people that you just recognize, especially if you've seen lots of kind of not the big Hollywood films, but kind of B-level, probably direct-to-DVD films. Not necessarily just horror films, but some comedies or dramas. You will see a lot of those actors in this film. A lot of them are kind of nameless, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. But it does star, once again, that guy who I forgot how to say his name. But he was in Silent Night remake. He was also in, I think some of the Blade movies, like the first Blade. He's in Ghost Rider. He was in Gone for Life, the comic relief guy. Well, in this one, he isn't as much of a comic relief character. A little bit, but not totally. Anyway, so let's dive into the story as we go for some sharks. Okay, so this film is about just a group of teens. I think they're actually early 20s from college. Yeah, they're in college. They decided to take a road trip out to where the lead girl used to live. She used to live in this kind of backwoods, I guess, kind of a swamp town, I guess you could say. So they all decided to go with her, and there's it's very typical road trip to that point. We start to, in kind of a similar Jaws type scene. The first person is eaten when she's doing the jet skiing. So you get the underwater view of the jet skis, and then the shark grabs her. These sharks are, I think they're all CG. I could be wrong. It's fairly well CG from the CG actual sharks. Because there's some sharks that could be debatable, real life sharks they took footage of. They find out that there's a shark within this kind of, swampier lake area, and they're like, how are there sharks there? That's weird. And then they have this theory about a hurricane that happened, a few months ago that could have drifted the sharks back. And you have these two local guys. One of them used to date the main girl, so there's some history there, some weird chemistry or ex-chemistry happening there. And wait a second, where's Freddy? So they decided to kind of help them out. The two local guys help out the outsiders. This is kind of tough to explain without the names, but yeah. So basically, what we find out. This is a kind of spoiler, so I'm gonna mark it. It's not like a complete spoil because it's the last 30 minutes of the film is about this, so it's not really much of a spoiler. And I think if you read the back, it might even say. Anyway, these 3 local guys, the two guys that were helping out the outsiders, and then the sheriff, which is played by that Dong Long guy. They have started to bred sharks there locally. They breeded several different kinds of sharks, and they're all kind of goofy sharks in this film. There's traditional ones like hammerhead, like a tiger shark, and these like basic ones. And then there's like this weird cookie cutter shark or whatever it's called. So like that part's kind of cool because it's these little sharks and they kill this lady, and that part's kind of cool. A little bit cheesy, but kind of cool. And like basically they film their victims for like possibly a income. So it's kind of like how Vacancy is, where they film murders and sell it to people. The thing with this film is that they haven't quite sold it yet. They're like just collecting footage of like these different sharks killing different people. So I kind of like that element to the story. It woke me up quite a bit because prior to that, like I said, it's very dull. It's very cliche. Seen it before. Even like the one shark attack was kind of cliche. It says rip off from Jaws right there. But then as soon as you saw that the second shark was a hammerhead, you're like, wait a second, there's something weird going on here. There's two sharks, two different kind of sharks. And there's this kind of cool scene where like the guy takes revenge on the shark that kills his girlfriend, and he starts punching it. He finds out that was the wrong shark, but nevertheless he killed the shark with pretty much his bare hands. It's pretty cool. It's corny. It's fun. The acting is okay. Directing's pretty well. I would have been interested to see this film in an actual 3D. I didn't get to. I saw it just in just regular rental. But it is a surprisingly entertaining film once you get past the initial 20 minutes. Because, like I said, it just drags. It's cliche. Done with it. But I forced myself to finish it just to do this review, and I'm glad I did, because it turned out to be a pretty good film. So we'll say, if you're a fan of shark movies and a fan of like kind of even like torture films, this is kind of cool too. There's some pretty cool kills in it. I will have to give this film an overall, because that beginning drags on a little bit, I'm going to notch it down to just a 6 out of 10 killer sharks. And next up, oh no, we got Jaws 3 to conclude Shark Month. See you guys then.